Okay, so here we are with another episode of the Day After podcast.
What's up, guys?
We're doing our All Stars 6 draft. It's already up to All Stars 6. It's crazy.
I know. It's so much has like happened. The fact that we got to six, that's so many brand steals. That's like five. This is like not even our 30th. We've had like this is 32.
Yeah. We're past that at that point. We're almost getting to a survivor level amount of seasons.
I know, I know. We're just gonna be like, running up on it like Captain America on your left. Um,
Exactly.
but
Um,
yeah.
but yeah, here we are. We're doing the draft. We got our list right in front of us. Uh, You wait, who won in terms of this season, like people wise?
Um,
We had
I
Vladimir
know what
Taylor. This was me.
I think you've won the most because I remember winning with Ty for one.
Okay. Okay, then if that's the case, I'll pick first, and then we'll alternate guy girl. Uh, I probably should have said this earlier, but I just thought of the Grant Steele that I feel like we should do for this one.
Yeah.
Since All Stars 2, which was the second one of our series, was a 24 person or 22, it was like more than the traditional 20.
All
Um,
right.
I figured let's do the new Australia Survivor, which is 24 people, so we each get six guys and six girls.
For this one or the very next one?
For this one, are you down with that, or do you have
I don't know that many people. Oh wait, it's just six, right?
yeah.
I don't maybe as we talk, I'll figure out some people because I have
Yeah,
like
yeah. I can also pull up some of our previous videos and tell you who you've had that's performed well.
I might be stealing some of yours, just
No,
saying.
yeah, that's totally fine. I have uh seven of each. So
All right. All right, let's see how it goes.
okay, then with my first draft pick, I am picking. I hope this doesn't throw a wrench into things. Then I'm going to be picking double lifts from
Mother
Celebrity.
well, got someone gone.
Yeah, I mean he's one of my favorites people I brought on. So
I agree. Um he was number two on my guy list, but number one, because he was so robbed and place your threats, I have to go with Terry.
Harry, yeah, he did really good. A challenge these
When I know,
six. Like he ties with
so
Johnny
robbed,
Fairplay in our brand steel.
so robbed, and to this day, I'm like maybe not the most disappointed in that one, but that was one that like was like no, just like
Yeah.
no.
And it was because of Chrissy. That was the reason he loses, is because Chrissy doesn't vote for him. She votes
Exactly.
for the person who gets no other votes.
Rick and Chrissy.
Yeah, that's a good one. Let's see. My next pick. I think I am going to pick up. How about Lauren O'Connell? Uh,
Oh,
plays.
choice.
Play a pretty similar game with Keith Nail. They both went to the end with 0 votes against them. Keith, though, he challenged himself at the end there, getting 3 immunities, and kind of just being a little more likable and ends up getting more of the votes, getting all the votes actually. Lauren ends up getting zero votes. She never got her name written down at all in the entire length of the game.
Yeah, yeah. I think she's a solid pick,
Yeah,
definitely. Um,
yeah,
Also, just because I'm just slightly predicting, you probably have Mr. Nail on your list somewhere.
yeah. He's definitely there.
All right. So my next person is Ty. And not just because of his performance. Originally, it was like, oh, performance in All Stars 5, where he crushed it there, did a pretty good job. But like, especially with his last game, he actually won. So like, I was like, oh yeah, I have to,
Mhm.
because this game was so phenomenal.
Yeah, yeah. It was interesting because it was definitely a lot of Russell and Aurora were like the front runners, and then Ty becomes like the Russell Slayer. He slays Russell. He basically gets rid of that like little group of
It's like a
Russell,
very
Aurora, and
stealth
Rupert.
game. He
Yeah,
like he knew that like he was a pretty big person his first 2 seasons, and he had to play low. He laid low, took out Russell.
yeah. I think that's definitely a good choice. Um, I'm excited about that. Let's just bring him on since we talked about him. I'm going to pick Russell Hantz for my next
Yeah,
pick. Yeah, I feel like
makes
I
sense.
gotta.
Oh wait, I was supposed to choose a girl. Oh well, I'll double up next time.
Yeah, it's fine. I think you started on a girl when I chose a guy, and so we got kind of swapped. Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean it's fine. It's doesn't matter. Um, but yeah, so yeah, I'm gonna choose Russell Hantz. Plays a very strong game. Really, he plays like 35 days great on our brand steel, and then he
oh
kind
yeah.
of throws it away by getting rid of Aurora and then Rupert, and then suddenly his close alliance is no more.
I mean, he was entertaining. He did. I'd say that was probably the most Russell Hancy the simulator has ever given.
Yeah, I mean he won 4 immunities. Like he
Yeah,
was he was on fire. Like he wins one more and he wins the season if he wins that final four.
yeah, I
Yeah, I mean,
agree.
yeah. I guess, yeah. I can't really see Ty winning, beating out Russell again. I think Ty's best game really is to get rid of Russell.
Yeah, it just kind of worked out in Ty's favor for that
Mhm.
one. All right, so I'm gonna be stealing one of your people for this pick.
Go for it.
I'm getting Anya Taylor Joy.
Oh
Taylor Joy.
no, that
I,
was who I was picking next.
I was like, she did a very good job. She could potentially be the new Catherine Newton.
Yeah,
But like, like I really liked her game. It was like, yeah, I was like really coming around with her in that one, even though I didn't choose her.
yeah. I mean, she's one of the final two of the new celebs that
Mhm.
were left standing. Makes it pretty far. Her and double left. But yeah, no, I'm sad. I was really excited for Anya. Dang. Then that means you know what? For my next
Oh,
pick,
just
for my next pick, I'm gonna pick someone from yours. I'm picking
all right.
Regina George. Regina George
I
is
don't.
coming back.
I understand why. I'm definitely gonna have to really think of who to bring now because
Or am I
all the
taking
girls.
everyone from you?
That was one of the. I mean, out of the girls, I only had six, so
Yeah.
I'll think
Yeah,
as
yeah.
we
The,
go.
the girls is definitely a little more uh tougher to choose.
Yeah,
Yeah, especially
yeah,
because last season we only had
yeah.
two girls that made the merge in the last season.
Well, that was also because of just how America voted for the fan or the fan favorites and stuff.
Yeah.
And honestly, Sia provided most of those girls. Um,
Yeah. Yeah,
when you
true.
look
That
at it,
that that is true. She's definitely given a lot more love to the girls than America.
freaking Americans. But yeah, I'm excited to see her redemption arc in this.
Mhm.
Because you know, when you don't finish Regina off, she comes back and will make the world burn. Um,
Mhm.
so yeah.
Yeah.
Also, when we discovered the system, there's a little asterisk in her name because of that. I will even say that even with Danny Boatwright's elimination, there's a little asterisk next to that elimination.
Yeah, yeah. It's never fun when you see someone give up immunity and then
Yeah,
lose the fire. It's just it hurts. It's like the worst thing. 3 times it's happened.
right. So next up, I'm going to choose another fallen victim to that, Anne Bonny.
And Bonnie, nice.
She was she's the one who she was really tight with Vlad and they went super far in the game with each other. And then it's kind of like same deal, lesser stakes, but the same deal where she made it to the end, she won, and then it just screwed her over.
Yeah, yeah. It's hard to say what happens if maybe Vlad goes up against someone and loses. What happens if Anne Bonny takes that spot? We'll never truly
Yeah,
know. Um, but yeah, I don't think it was worth her giving it up. Like she ends up challenging Danny Sexbang, not even Vlad. So it's just kind of like, well, it was an unnecessary loss.
what even
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. So yeah,
Alrighty.
that's the unfortunate tale of Anne Bonny on our brain steel. Um, I'm gonna bring back though another winner. We've talked about him already. Someone who's definitely on my list. And we got Keith Nail. He had to be on it. He's the first perfect winner we've ever had. Like, how do we not bring him back for the next All Star?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It was so nice to see him win that way too. Just based on like who Keith Nail is, and yeah. So another impressive win. We have had some very impressive wins throughout our season, or throughout our series too.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just another person in that category.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Keith Nail. Yeah, I mean, it was a pretty impressive game. I mean, there's not much more to say about it. And it was his first time playing too. Like he had not played yet.
That's always a good indicator.
Mhm.
All right. So next up, we have someone who was in the last All Stars. He is a very, very interesting person. Well, he's not really a person. He's a spork.
You're,
Porky is coming back.
you're
Porky
bringing
has to
Forky back.
come back.
He is single-handedly becoming one of our biggest celebrities now by coming back for a third time.
He's he's just like there's like this innocence about him where he's able to his social game is good. He can dominate in challenges. It's like when we're looking at like statistic wise, it's hard to make an argument against him other than the fact aside from the fact that he is not, he's a sport, and the fact that he's not like an actual survivor contestant, it's really really hard to like argue given the data that the Brant Steele has given us with
Mhm.
him.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he's one of our biggest heroes on our channel. I think
Yeah.
everyone is rooting for Forky when he comes on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah. It just made me happy that you chose him. um,
Yeah.
okay. Uh, I'm gonna pick someone else who I believe it was his first time on as well. Who I thought did pretty good. Goes out a little early in the merge, like earlier than I would have liked. Um, and that is Adam Klein.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. He was
I think
entertaining as heck during his short time on Place Your Threats. Um, and frankly, I love
yeah.
Adam Klein. He's one of my favorite modern day players. I think he's got a lot of entertaining quirks and values as a player. Um, I recently saw a picture of him playing pickleball with Boston Rob and Tyson.
Oh yeah. I saw that on this like Facebook thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And I love
He's a
pickleball, so
fun
I was
guy.
just like, I want to be a part of that group.
be on Survivor, and then you can join and play with the big boys.
Exactly.
I
Jeff
mean,
Probst. Let's
Adam's
reach
a
out.
short lad, but like, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm
All
choosing
right,
Adam
next
Campbell.
up. Oh, sorry. All right, next up, he another person from our last one, the fan favorites. It's
Mhm.
Bob. Bob deserves his spot here.
He does.
You know, after a long hiatus, he came back, and this time around he had a really good game going on. And yeah, he was another early merge boot, but like we both like genuinely agreed, like yeah, he played a solid game up until that point, and even then it was like a lot of Russell Ham tomfuckery.
Yeah, yeah. It's yeah, Russell Hans just played such a great game, but Bob, if Russell Hans wasn't on this season, I think Bob's the winner. I think like no joke. He was on. He like never was on the right side of the votes, but like everyone liked him. Like he kept bonding with like everyone on the track, which is a little
That
similar to
great.
his Gabon game in a sense. Like he was kind of like just on the out, like he didn't know what was going on, but like you were just like odds Bob. Good old Bob.
Oh, good old Bob.
That's a good one. Okay, I think I'm gonna pick for my next one. Russell Hance's partner in crime, Aurora.
Aurora.
Yeah, yeah,
I really was
breakout star.
pulling for her at the end of that. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
I thought she was gonna
Um,
Natalie White the game. To be honest, I really thought Rupert, and Russell were gonna get to the end. Rupert was gonna be the Mick, and Aurora would be the Natalie and get the votes.
yeah. It was, I would say, even better than Natalie White, because Aurora was like, granted we can see the moves a little bit better on the brand steel, but like you could see it. You could see her gameplay. Where Natalie White, I can definitely see is like in a rewatch, it's like you still kind of have to look for it.
Yeah.
But
It's hard when you only get
an
like
initial
16
watch,
confessionals.
yeah. In an initial watch, it's very, very hard to see it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited to see Aurora come back, and we already got some good peeps from that season coming
Mhm.
back. So like that's like the interesting thing about this is we get to see those people interact with those people, and like those pre-existing relationships play
Yeah.
into it.
Yeah. I mean, these also are always so fun because it's the best of our previous seasons. So we get to see people who did really good in previous seasons. And we get to see some of them come back and do terribly. Some of them get to come back and kill it again. It's
Yeah,
always fun.
always fun. All right, so next up for me, um you may have chosen this person, you may not have, but because I chose Terry, I want that I want that grudge match to come back. And I don't think Chrissy has ever been on an All Stars of ours before.
She hasn't.
So I'm choosing Chrissy.
Nice. That's a good one. I almost chose she was on my list. So you did take someone that was on my list. Yeah. I mean her game
Nice.
closely linked with Terry and like Terry saves her. She would have been the third dude, I believe. And Terry brings her, keeps her around the entire game to the end. Unfortunately she gets cut there, but yeah, it's just unfortunate that Christy ends up costing Terry the game. If she just votes
Yeah,
Terry,
it
Terry
was
wins.
like, I know. And that was one of the surprising things about that reveal as well. Um, and like, obviously, since it was a tie, in the concept of like, oh, Survivor showing like the votes and stuff, like Terry knows that he was betrayed by Chrissy,
Mhm.
as a result of all
Exactly.
that.
Yeah, yeah. It seemed like she was the most person that was the most locked for voting for Terry. So it definitely stings
Yeah,
more when that's the case.
exactly. Exactly.
Mhm. Okay. I think for my next pick, I'm gonna choose Vlad the Impaler.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, another great character, doing the work, winning a lot.
yeah.
Great strategic threat, had a really great alliance.
Yeah,
I
he
think,
dominated a lot of this game. He played almost like old school Survivor in the sense where he just kind of controlled the game socially and just was in the driver's seat pretty much all the time, and really just used those numbers to kind of take over. Um, and yeah, I think yeah, yet again, I think he's just a great character, and he ended up becoming a great player too, which is always fun when you get both.
definitely, definitely. Um, Now, originally, this guy was number 6 on the list. Well, Bob was kind of like inserted in there, but so in a way, he was 5th on the list, but now he's officially 5th on the list. It's another one of Vlad's buddies. It's Jackie Robinson.
Yeah, the
Uh,
Stick Alliance.
Stick Alliance is coming back. All
Yeah,
3 Stick Mingos.
all three of them.
Yeah,
Vlad separated from them though, so he's gonna not be with his stick buddies.
yeah. But with tribe swaps, stuff like that, and like them possibly getting to the merge,
Yeah,
it'll be a nice reunion when they actually do.
yeah, and I don't know actually because we're going to be doing the Australian 2018
Oh
champions
yeah,
versus contenders. I have no idea how that season goes. I have not
terrible.
seen that season, so we're going to be going through it together and figuring out what is happening. Because I remember last time there was a lot of just weird twists that aren't in Survivor
Yeah,
anymore.
voting off, bring a buddy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, exactly. So yeah, there's shenanigans, and I'm sure that there's probably more in this one. So yeah, I'm excited for that. Um, so yeah, that's another good choice, Jackie Robinson. I think I'm going to choose for my next girl. I'm going to choose another person who is in a stick alliance, and that is Eliza Orleans.
yeah. I kind of figured she probably would have been chosen. Um,
Yeah, yeah. I think she played a pretty good game during that season. Unfortunately, Jason Siska went out a little earlier than
mhm,
he would have liked. But yeah, she still plays a pretty strong game, makes it all the way to sixth place. Um, so yeah.
good choice. Very good choice. She was another one I had like down there.
Mhm.
All right. So my next person is one of yours, but going back to the last All Stars, you know, it's
Mhm.
like she has a big rivalry with one character, and so we're swapping. So this time I have Heather.
You got Heather. Yes, I wasn't going to pick her, but I'm glad you did.
Yeah, she's coming back for this little bout.
I'm excited for that. Yeah, Heather and Regina, their rivalry has been pretty intense.
Oh yeah.
Even in All Stars 5, where they both make it very far, they like never voted with each other. Like they were always at odds with each other, which is
Mhm.
crazy that they both made it to final six.
I know. I know. Yeah, that rivalry, and I feel like who knows how this one will go, but it's like if this is a trilogy, this is the third act of this. Um, and like the big twist is they're on different tribes, as in like Heather's with me, Regina's with you. That's
Yeah,
like the big. Oh, what the hell?
yeah. Probably one of our best rivalries. If we ever did a brand steel rivals, Heather and Regina,
I
definitely.
mean, if you ever watch back on her stuff, you see that we when we mention something as an idea, it's going to happen.
It's happening at some point. Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly.
So yeah, that's exciting. I'm glad you chose Heather. That makes me happy. um, okay. For my next guy, which I believe is the last guy. that I have
Yeah.
on my list. I'm bringing myself. I'm choosing me from Battle of the Hosts.
No.
You gotta bring someone from the name of it is the Battle of the Hosts. Gotta bring someone from the host category over. So I'm
Well,
choosing myself.
that's pretty good.
Mhm.
I wasn't initially going to choose myself, but now since you are, I kind of feel like I have to.
Yeah,
Like,
that is good.
especially since that time around, Ryan had a very interesting, and it's also fitting because he is the winner of the last Australian Survivor.
Mhm.
So like, the more I say about it, the more it's justified.
Exactly. So yeah,
You know,
you have
that,
experience. You have the best chance
so do
on
you.
paper.
So, I mean, so do you, because like I also won that season, so like I feel like I'm gonna be a target.
Yeah, that is true. That's always the tough thing of coming back as like a winner or having previously been on top is that you're gonna be just gunned for.
I mean, you seem to manage pretty well
Mhm.
every single time we went out there.
Yeah. I've been getting better. Well, I think that's the thing is I started off really bad, and then I got okay, and then I got good.
Yeah, I feel that. I
Yeah,
feel it.
yeah. So yeah, that's a good one. Both of us will be coming back again. Um, let's see. Who do I want now? You know what? I'm gonna bring back Adam Klein's partner in crime, Becky Lee. They play their game pretty closely together. But unfortunately, Adam kind of threw the game away for both of them.
Yeah, yeah. That I mean, like that's the kind of thing that just I like the fact that a super idol is played, but that shouldn't have happened the
Yeah,
way it did.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it was entertaining. Like it was an
Yeah.
entertaining moment. Terrible, terrible strategy.
Oh,
Yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna bring Becky back. I think she's a great player. So yeah.
nice. All right. Another one from the Rye guy. Um, this one was from our recent celebrities. These are like I am at the point where I am kind of like really thinking back. She's one of the people I thought of. Zendaya, who
Zendaya.
played that low key game. Was a part of some alliances, never like
Mhm,
the leading force. And
mhm,
like she seemed pretty adaptable because like some swaps and things. She really um had to fight and didn't end up working out for her too much. But like
mhm,
I feel like she's someone who I wouldn't say left too big of impression,
mhm.
but like she was definitely in the mix.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, she makes it pretty far. Yeah, just I think it was like seventh place is where she ended up placing.
Yeah,
Um,
7.
so yeah, I think it's good enough for her to come back and maybe shine a little more. So yeah, it's a good pick. Um, and then I believe I have one last girl, right? That I have to pick.
Yes.
Yeah. Um, this one might be a bit of a surprise. But we're getting to that kind of getting a little lower in terms of the peoples. So I'm bringing back Jane. Um,
Oh, okay.
yeah. She does have two appearances, but I am taking mostly the placer threats one where she does get fifth place. She makes it pretty far. She starts off early, like really playing a pretty good game, using an idol, and managing to somehow slide her way into the merge. But then from the merge on, she becomes invisible. She becomes like you don't even see her.
Yeah. Hold on. Do you still see me?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Mostly
No,
because
no, not anymore.
do you at least see my gorgeous little face?
I see your picture.
Nice. Okay. because I have to. I am kind of like looking back at my old list to be like, all right, who did I bring that was good?
Mhm.
Because
Yeah, yeah,
because like
it's
not the
definitely
best
down to
memory.
to the nitty gritty at this point.
Yeah. Dang it. I'm having trouble picking. So
To
I don't
bring
want to
Brenda
say
back.
I could. I feel weird just being like, yeah, Brenda. Because I remember her more from her time out with when it was Battle of the Ages or Battle of the Schools
Mhm.
than I do in All Stars.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I'm gonna bring her, especially since I have like 3 people that were yours originally.
Mhm.
So yeah,
Yeah.
I'll choose Brenda.
Sounds good. Um, okay, so that does it for our list. So let's repeat them. So everyone can hear the list. I'll start. So my guys are Adam Klein, Keith Nail, Double Lift, Vlad the Impaler, Russell Hantz, and myself. Whereas my girls are Lauren O'Connell, Regina George, Aurora McCreary, Eliza Ormond, Becky Lee, and Jane Bryce.
Noise. For me, for my guys, I have Terry Dietz, Ty, Borky, Bob Crowley, Jackie Robinson, and Ryan Wayne. And for my gals, I have Anya Taylor Joy. Why am I saying Jay instead of Joy? And Bonnie. I have Chrissy. I have Heather from Total Drama. I have Zendaya, and I have Brenda.
Nice. I think this is a pretty good mix here.
I agree. Australian Survivor. I didn't really know what was going on the first time around,
Mhm.
and I'm sure both of us are going to be totally like going through this in the dark.
Yeah,
So
I've tried finding it like somewhere, and I can't find how to watch the season. This is the season that has Russell Hantz on it, by the way. This is the Australian Survivor season with Russell Hantz.
interesting.
Yeah, where he gets. I don't want to spoil it, but
I
he doesn't
I
do
heard
good.
he goes home early.
Yeah, 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 with an idol in his pockets.
Ooh, damn.
Yeah. He finds an idol like day one and gets voted out.
That's rather unfortunate for him.
Yeah, yeah, but he's gone on record saying that he doesn't like Australian Survivor.
Yeah. I recently watched a video of his where he was like, it was also about the 26th state. It was basically
Right.
his opinions on season 41 and like
Yeah.
what's been confirmed or what's been said.
Yeah.
Um, and like hand holding was like one thing he was talking about. And
Yeah.
that was part of the reason why he didn't like Australian Survivor.
Yeah. Yeah. But none of that applies. There's no hand holding here. They're gonna be going after as if it's normal Survivor, toilet paper or any of that stuff. So
Exactly.
yeah, we're gonna see you guys next week for All Star 6.
All right. Peace out. See ya.
Adios.